In this question, looking at the question stem, we can see that our job is to explain. Namely, what we have to explain is the result that followed the implementation of a plan. Whenever we're explaining, the something that needs explaining is what is seemingly a contradiction, but what's ultimately only superficially a contradiction. We can read the prompt looking for it. There's a campaign getting young people to enroll in a health plan, but the percentage hasn't increased. The seeming contradiction is strengthened by the fact that the campaign appeared to work, as the further information reveals. We can focus on this further information. Youngsters remember the advertising. Further, the campaign convinced them of the importance of having a plan. We hypothesize that there is some other consideration that hasn't been included here, an overlooked problem, you might say. We can embark on finding an overlooked problem in the answer choices. A is not an overlooked problem and has nothing to do with whether or not the percentage changed, whether it was high or low. B is an overlooked problem. C is an overlooked problem. D is not an overlooked problem, and like A, doesn't affect whether the percentage of enrolled youngsters would change or not. E is an overlooked problem. These answer choices give some pretty good options, 3 overlooked problems. One will be objectively best. If 4 answer choices are not objectively flawed, one of the answer choices will at least be objectively best. Reviewing again, we can hold B in contempt. Many young people found it inconvenient, but they had decided already that it was important, we're told, so they should have done it anyway. It's relevant, but not a great explanation, so B is out. C, on the other hand, is a great explanation. If the youngsters never learned how to enroll, they couldn't possibly do so. E looks good too. If the youngsters couldn't afford to enroll, they couldn't possibly do so. Between C and E, one is objectively better, once again. E says most, and since it doesn't say all, it implies or leaves open the fact that some youngsters could afford the plan. Given that fact, even then the percentage enrolled should have gone up somewhat, if not a lot, but the prompt doesn't allow for that. That's not what we're explaining. Therefore, E has that flaw, and C has no such flaw, so it is objectively superior. The correct answer is C.